Okay, we should be live again. Sorry about that. The the game is proving to perhaps be too much to actually stream on my old computer. That is something I might have to deal with in the future. I should have fixed it, I think. As far as I'm aware, it should be fixed. It's not. The encoder is still having some problems. Blah. Whatever. We will deal with it as we go. Astral Spike. Astral spikes are metastructural entities found in the astral plane. Their existence was first confirmed when a single spike traveled into our dimensions through the mind of an astronaut. We are familiar with that. Astral spikes seem to exist beyond our dimensional's physical laws. They do not resemble any living creature or inanimate object we have yet encountered. They are even dissimilar to astral copies, despite the fact that they both originate from the astral plane. The spikes are immensely dangerous, emitting a wavelength that disrupts all organics, the organic and inorganic matter in their immediate vicinity, with catastrophic results. Discerning the nature of this wavelength has been difficult for obvious reasons, but the parakinesiology department continues to investigate. Okay. All I really care about astral spikes is that they are big threats, and I don't like fighting them. Gonna leave them alone. By leave them alone, I mean just ignore them. Ah, here we go. Here is our spot. Here's where the next lock is, potentially. Or it's just a convenient point. Control point. Okay, good. Gonna save up for that. Never tried that out before. Yeah, that is good, Razir. Otherwise, they would be a very serious threat. Oh, hey. A thing.
Director Faden here. I need a ranger dispatched to my position.
Deployed Ranger. We have a friend.
It's an honor, Director.
Good luck staying alive. I'll just take control of that orb. Woo! Explosions everywhere. throw things at me, I throw things. Whew. Oh my god, that ranger's still alive. Good on you, bud. Okay. Fight one. Where do we go? In this direction. Ah, there's still more toxic vents everywhere. Okay. Free and clear. Hey!
Another etching.
Another one of these. Oh, we don't even have to do a puzzle this time. We just got menaced by the former.
Hello? Board, are you there?
Uh-oh.
Okay, what the hell is going on?
Well, that's not good.
Wait, I'm back here?
Oh, hey. Last time we were here.
Wasn't my idea. Blame the eyeball. Former. Yeah, we've had our differences. But it is giving me something you won't.
Okay. So the choice of whether to get the ability to destroy these shapes or not is slightly fake, because the former is giving me the other one. Nope, you are a robot. Die. Don't know why I timed you out. That was the wrong button. But yeah, it is time to get ability 2. Yeah, the former is a former member of the board, Brazier. Yeah, that is something that's been talked about earlier. But yeah, we now have the ability to make shapes. Expand crystals by using the lift button. The launch button, rather.
I don't like you deciding what I can/can't have.
Yeah, it's no problem, Azir. But yeah, it appears Jesse is less thrilled about the board having complete control over things than other directors were. And is taking advantage of the former's interruption. Interesting. Haha! Spikes. Everybody likes spikes. And those enemies are indestructible otherwise. This is a very useful power, it seems. Or at least potentially, anyway.
I'm getting pretty tired of being jerked around the astral plane. If you're listening, I want some answers.
Ah, this is the former's segment of the astral plane. Are we going to have to fight the former again? I'm concerned. We shouldn't be working. Ah! Hello! Well, here's the former. Last two times we saw him, we came to blows. We're gonna talk this time.
Hi there. It was nice of you to give me something the board wouldn't. What are you getting out of it? So I'm just supposed to believe you're a particularly charitable, whatever you are? Hungry? I mean, yeah, actually, I'd love a sandwich or something. That's not what you like, is it? Are you part of the board? Or used to be? Okay, so you split because the board blamed you for... Gotta be easier to pressure rate. Do I need to rescue someone? I don't know what I expected. Listen, this has been great, but I have to go. Thanks for your help, and, stay out of trouble.
What is Former trying to tell me about the board? Should I trust either of them?
What? I've never seen the DLC for this game, by the way, so I have no idea what that means. But hey, we are learning stuff about the board and the former. Hell if I know what stuff we're learning, but we are learning. Oh, we're up in the cave blade again. With how high up this is, we may as well call this the nosebleed. Can't go up there. And yeah, it's the former Razir is definitely trying to do that, and is not as experienced at it as the board is, which is cute. I like it. Like he's doing his best. Well, now that we have it, we can go to other directions. Heck yeah. To the warehouse. That gun's not supposed to have that much of a delay. There's enough language there, Varric, to sort of parse out what's being said. And that might be the case, Razir. We do know that the former was trying to make use of other altered items, giving them strange, like, enhanced effects and stuff. So it could be that the former is trying to let us know what the current board is doing, while also maybe trying to do what it wants as well. For the first time in the game, we are required to use melee. Incredible. Not even required. Yeah, there's a lot of mysteries going on with the board and the former. I do wonder what it all means.
This is Director Faden. Send a ranger to my position.
Gonna need a buddy for this, just in case. The warehouse.
Make way for the director.
My goodness. There's a lot of stuff going on here. History of the oldest house. The oldest house has revealed much to me during my months in the Foundation, but many questions remain. Primarily, the tree etchings bewilder me. What is their significance? The house has changed shape over its lifetime, as I theorized, and was a tree its first form? I sent a team to the Swarsman building in search of pre-settlement accounts of Manhattan Island. From these, I discovered a single relevant line. and there I found a tree not known to me, the devil twisted within its bark. That line, taken with the fact that certain American cultures believe some trees would offer wisdom and guidance, is indeed interesting. However, it's hardly firm evidence, and though I am now bound to the oldest house, I remain a man of science. Of course, there are numerous ancient beliefs regarding trees. Yggdrasil, the tree of knowledge, Yakimikshi. Some cultures offered blood sacrifices to trees, while others claimed trees endowed chosen individuals with inhuman powers. Do New York City's many murders act as a sacrifice for the oldest house? Does the house have a chosen champion? Is it me? That was written by Dr. Ash, it said. I don't remember which one he's in. So that's interesting. Concerned about that not working, but it's probably fine. Friends, you have to get out of the way so I can leave. Pyramidic Geometry, compiled by Dr. Theodore Ash. I've been going through my library, researching pyramids and triangles. If that shape does relate to the board, as Northmore says, perhaps our predecessors in the occult can offer some insight through their geometric knowledge. In esotericism, the triangle is closely associated with the Holy Trinity and other three-part concepts: past, present, future, mind, body, spirit. Interestingly, the term board also implies multiple parts. Upright triangles in Judeo-Christian imagery indicate ascent into the rational, divine realm. Inverted, it signifies a descent into the corporeal, human. Naturally, the ascent is masculine and fall is feminine. Adam and Eve, that's just a bit of old world patriarchy. 1964 now, and we're well past that silliness. Considering the above, what does the inverted triangle tell us about the board? They're clearly not corporeal or human. Perhaps they wish to be, or they once were. The likeliest answer is simply that theological imagery cannot help us define alien entities. But still, the pyramid seems significant. Shapes have power, and clearly so does the board. So my read on this would be that it is reaching down towards us, and that's what it means. They are this is them descending to our level to communicate. Just a possibility.
Is this a Bureau ID badge?
Yeah.
Looks so old. Hope will definitely want to see this.
Cool. Got an ID badge for someone who used to work here. There's some stuff in there I would love to access, but cannot. I have to go in the long way.
Weird place to leave an ID card, but okay. Another ID card. For a cartographer.
Cartography. Interesting. Oh hey, a shortcut back. Excellent. That'll be useful.
Days now spent inside what we're calling the oldest house. Northmore insists on me. I'm too tired to ask why. I'm not sleeping well. Her orders, me and my research team have established a permanent examination lab in the Foundation. I basically live down here now, like the obedient head of research Father raised me to be. I spend my days investigating that odd pillar when Northmore found the handgun. The work was half-hearted at first, I admit. But then I discovered numerous non-Aristotelian energy channels converging at its base. Ley lines, dragon roads, Hylogalinian, call them what you want. But this pillar is the crossroads. I started building something. Equal parts talisman and technology. An array that can impose order on the ley junctions. That's the idea, at least. We'll see when I'm done.
Interesting.
I prefer to work away from the pillar. I'm not the only one who feels like that thing has eyes.
Unsettling. And mysterious. We know later Northmore orders everybody out of the Foundation, and he refuses to leave. So that's interesting. Well, sorry, deployed ranger. I'm going up. Thought this would go down. Oh, hey. A bunch of power cubes. Many power cubes. Only one of which is functioning, it seems. Okay, more than one. I don't exactly know why I need these, but good to have. Oh wait, right here. Duh. Good to have him along, just in case. Power cores by Dr. Theodore Ash. After numerous attempts, I've finally found a way to intercept and contain the ambient energy of the ley lines in a kind of non-Aristotelian battery I've dubbed the power cores. I admit it was difficult capturing an energy I can barely measure, much less interact with. Luckily, it seems that the porous stone of the Foundation caverns possess such conductive qualities. Using stone flakes and copper wire, my power cores collect significant power. An early prototype collected too much, in fact, but I've since reinforced the container. We don't know the repercussions of tapping into this power field. As a precaution, these devices should not be taken outside of the house. Ideally, the Bureau should no longer need to rely on typical energy sources, but it's my greatest feat of engineering yet. I've always had an interest in invention. I like the creativity that it allowed, set within the firm boundaries of logic and physics. Father never approved, calling it a mundane science. With that in mind, I dedicate this invention to Theodore Ash Sr. May he scowl in peace. Okay. I like Dr. Ash. He seems like a good sort. Bit of a goober.
Entry day plus 51. Northmore has ordered an all-hands search for objects similar to the service weapon. He claims there are more in the house, though I don't see how he's so certain. He's been strange lately, talking about joining greater causes, and frequently mentioning the pyramid. After pressing him, he finally described this pyramid to me. Inverted, black, mathematically perfect. Oddly enough, Adam and the other id have shown me numerous inverted triangles painted on the cave walls. Surely there's a connection. But I don't see it yet. As far as occult symbols go, triangles are by no means rare. Flood, Levi, Kroll, they used that shape like it was going out of fashion. Standing on their base, triangles signify stability and strength. Inverted on their points, they represent conflict and stagnation. Of course, the orientation is just a matter of perspective. Looking at the pyramid from below gives you one, from above another. Northmore says he looks up at the inverted pyramid. I have to wonder, is anyone standing over it, looking down?
Interesting. I quite like that conversation. Well, not conversation, you know what I mean. That was fun, though. Lots of stuff to consider there. Whoop! Well, I didn't want the fall, but fall we are.
Another one of those ID cards. Security chief.
Possibly, Razier. Meteor Hill Summary. From 1958. This is AWE 3. Note, per archival mandates 8.A, this document has been edited to meet current administrative standards. Certain terminology may be out of date. Event summary. This paradimensional occurrence consisted of 3 sequential sinkholes induced by subterranean implosions, revealing foreign material of magmatic quality. A local chapter of the Youth Science League were participating in an archaeological dig on the hill when the event occurred. Many boys were injured in the resulting collapse. Some touched the magma directly. Bureau agents arrived at the scene 7 days after the incident. Samples of the lava-like material were taken. The area was quickly sealed off from the public at our recommendation. Our aim was to ensure all remnants of the material were rendered inoffensive, but the magma descended too deeply into the earth to retrieve. Foul-smelling odors were detected in the area, which were hypothesized being the dissipated elements vapor trail left at the scene. All required material was delivered to Washington for examination in the Bureau's on-site laboratories. And possibly, Razier, possibly, is there power in bespoke triangle? Who knows? Darn, cannot go in here. However, wonder if I can go in through here, or is the door closed? The door is closed, sadly. Heck. I think that, Brazier. I think it is a triangle because the triangle is the shape that humans like. Other humans like cube. Cube is a good shape. But triangle has, like, important meanings to it, which cube does not. Sphere, orb, also good shapes that it could have chosen. The mysteries abound. Northmore, medical results. From the desk of Director Northmore. Frank, have reviewed your report of my latest medical. I was disappointed to see that you believe my connection to the service weapon and the board are products of delusion brought on by the stresses of leadership. You witnessed my feats firsthand. You yourself declared my body temperature impossible. These are no delusions. They are the product of divine collaboration. The board has awoken in me a power beyond your understanding, and that power will only continue to grow. Your job is to merely ensure that I survive my gift, and with absolute discretion. To that end, my gifts are best used with a degree of mystery that your needless needles and probes betray. No further medical shall be required. I bid you to speak of this matter with your colleagues, especially Dr. Ash. Under no circumstances do I want him involved. Keep your mouth shut and keep me alive. The board knows what I've become, and theirs is the only option that counts. Theirs is the only opinion that counts. Sincerely, Director Broderick Northmore. You know, I'm starting to see why we put this man in a coffin and started using him as an energy source. Starting to understand it a little bit. Seems like kind of an asshole. Oh, absolutely. Northmore is also really gung-ho about trusting the board of directors. See that being a bit of a problem. Aha! I knew I saw an explosive there. Darn, nothing else is in here. And here's another control point. Ah, heck. Whoa! Okay, we are alive. And they are all dead, which is good. Oh, hey! More art of a person and many, many eyes. And some people extolling the person. I'm sure that's fine. I'm sure that's fine and dandy. Ow! I knew there was explosive there. Why did they do that?
Who should I be listening to? Weird entity A or B? Or neither? Let's just stay the course for now. You know we need to repair the nail. The astral plane won't break reality on my watch.
I do appreciate Jesse being like, well, neither of these people are actually trustworthy. But factually, we do have to fix the building or we will all die. So, we're going to fix the building. That's just a given. Meteor Hill supplement. The retrieved material was subjected to Fellstrom's array, configuration 74B, but the tests were halted as the matter began to physically elude the equipment. Attempts to constrain the element were made, but under further stress it became vaporous. The researchers suffered corrosive injuries prior to their deaths. The child victims of Meteor Hill recounted the material enveloping them in a pleasant manner upon making contact, but when discovered they were redacted and screaming. Bodily changes were perceived immediately. Deformities, loss of pigment in the skin and hair, and mental symptoms surfaced in subsequent examinations. Confusion, heightened aggression. The Department of Public Knowledge and Diversions gave statements claiming that incident was caused by debris from poorly made Russian satellites, which the public accepted with no complications. Children were sent to the Bureau's recuperation facility in Redacted to receive help away from society. Doors here. Hey, there's another control point. Got you. Foolish flyboy. You. And just spike the sniper. There we go. Many friends have been slaughtered. So that's obviously progress. So into the warehouse again. Foundation etchings. My explorations of the Foundation have resulted in yet another mystery, a fascinating series of etchings on large stone tablets. The tablets themselves are likely not native to the Foundation, seeing as they're slabs of sedimentary stone, quite different from the cave's categorization-defying rock. Their placement and forms are also too intentional to be naturally occurring. But who braved this place to carry them in? For what purpose? I discovered a 5-point macro entanglement between the tablets with the pillar at its center. These links seem to extend beyond our level of consciousness, some astral realm I can't detect. Is Northmore's board somehow tied to all this? The etchings on these tablets are similarly curious. They differ from the cave paintings in style and technique, but are clearly not of the same origin. Are they the visual narration of some events, or do they indicate intent, a wish, a plan? They only seem to consist of a tree and the pillar, but the sizes are either are inconsistent. What does that signify? I'm missing key pieces of this puzzle, and it's unlikely I'll ever find them. Hey, we know what those are. Those are the locks that we've been going to. Ah, we're full of personal mods. Ash did some pretty wild science, is what he did. Gain from taking melee damage, seize accelerator, elemental source gain, just increase the currency gain, that's something. Infinite rarity, ammo recovery on evade use. Interesting, but no. Health recovery on melee hits, make your melee hits heal you. That's something. These are kind of interesting mods to add to the game. They're just not things I care to use. I have found that taking damage in this game is bad, so I would rather not take damage in this game, even if it meant getting a reward. there we have it. We are all the way up here. Which leads us into there. Oh dear. Aha! Secret wall. Ooh. Oh dear. That was concerning. The warehouse. But the top of the warehouse. Don't know why that played again. I'm concerned that those hiss cubes are not here anymore. Well, that's super mysterious. I will handle that later.
There's the etching.
I mean, we've fought the hiss, but yeah, that's our first like major indication of like, uh-oh. Spoke too soon. Protect me from the evil bird. Oh, this enemy is annoying. Die! Oh, why are there more fight? Yeah, it might be because this is just the remnants, Razir. Well, that's good to know. Oh hey, we actually have to reconstruct some of the spear this time. At least that's as far as I can tell. Oh.
They sure changed their tune all of a sudden.
Yeah, the board seems a lot more willing to cooperate now.
I'm overthinking this whole board former thing. They can sort out their own business so long as it doesn't get in my way. Obsessing over these problems is something Trench would do, but I've got my intuition. And you.
Oh, that just leads back here. Nice. Well, not quite that, Razir, but more or less. Jesse has just realized that whatever beef the former and the board have with each other, we can make use of it. Or at least not let it get in our way. Yeah, now I just need to go back to the crossroads. Oops, wrong button. Yeah, we're dealing with the stuff that's most important. And what's most important is not an argument between the shareholders. What's most important is making sure the world doesn't blow up. This is true, Razir. Whoop! That was close. Got a little confused when it bumped into me and decided to stop going out. Oh goodness. Ah, more of those vents. Leave me alone. Gross face. Gross face. Steam. Oh, that's very bright. Okay, easy peasy. Oh shit. There we go. No problems. Slight problems. Ow! Please open up, chest. Enemy. That works. Oh. My game hitched a little bit there. If there is one thing this game could do maybe a little better, is having checkpoints that are not connected to control points. Just so that I don't have to go through it all again. Not even that big a deal. Just is something to consider. Oh hey! His gun's actually working now. It wasn't working when I first came in here, thus why I was taking all that damage for no reason. Helping me out, flying guy. Okay. Fight solved.
This area looks newer. Is it from the upper floors?
Uh-oh. Yeah, this is not old. That's concerning. The collapsed apartment. Well, heck.
Something behind that his barrier.
There's something over here. Lucky cat! What are you doing here, Lucky cat? Can't break that. I feel like we've been there before. That might be an altered item, yeah. Not wrong, Razir. The first NSC. Northmore sarcophagus container, or whatever it was. Data entry and filing. How do we get in? Alright, we can just dash through these. Shift account, part 1. To whoever finds this, I am Containment Processes Designer Jean Gibbs, and I'm writing this to document the largest building shift to ever occur. Here are the facts. A considerably large section of the containment sector, including the processes and protocols offices, our research facilities, and a fair chunk of the fire break, has been yanked down to a chasm that reaches far below lobby level. I think. It was a violent shift, and I regret to report several casualties. Injuries were sustained by all, but many of us, myself included, are still mobile. We've set up a base camp and started triaging. There are little supplies. We explored our surroundings and found caverns of all things. Maybe we're in some kind of cave threshold, like the quarry? Wherever we are, we're not the first. There were some rusty power cores, old lights, signs, infrastructure. What was this area used for? Why did they seal it off? Why have we never heard of it? And more importantly, how do we get out? This is terrifying. This is just the result of a building shift. Just a very bad building shift. This just can happen sometimes. Welcome to the oldest house. And yeah, there are downsides to keeping people in the dark. Kiev summary. 2011, Kiev, Ukraine. A series of reverberating sounds observed in downtown Kiev with no clear point of origin. The event was witnessed by the city's general public. Mental and physical symptoms were reported, including aphasia, sleep paralysis, and excess redacted in reported individuals. Mysterious. Due to the brief nature of the event, Overseas Bureau agents were not able to respond while it was active. Immediately upon arrival, agents collected audio recordings taken by local witnesses. All Bureau monitoring stations located at global junctions of acoustic and amplification were directed to monitor any auditory events of similar pitch, wavelength, and duration in an effort to trace echoes or epicenters. In the following weeks, similar cases were reported from both various amateur sources and Bureau stations in major cities around the globe. The subsequent events diminished in volume and frequency per each occurrence. Event is believed to be generated by planar friction, though this is not confirmed. Interesting. We can call somebody to come help us.
This is the director. I need a ranger at this location immediately.
Wow.
Wait for the director.
That was very immediately, sir. Oh. Right. That's the way I came. Uh-oh. Ow, that was right in my face. Thank you for the distraction, my good friend. Ow. Oh yeah, I can grab 3 things now. And throw all of them at the same person. Incredible. Where's the last guy? No. Wait, there's more? Come on. Ow. Okay. Now they're all dead. Wow. That was a lot. Time to explore this entire floor. See if there's any collectibles down here. Delectable collectibles. So far, no. Oh. Floor 2. Here. You're working on your teleporting. Good job. The other guy I called up didn't have any powers. Any of these. Continued nothing in these rooms, which is a shame. There could be so many things here if they wanted. Teleporting is a cool power. I wish I could teleport instead of having to take, like, a dozen airplanes. There has been no actual, like, pickups. That's wild. Guess there's just nothing up here. Hey, bathrooms again.
Someone call a plumber.
Glad no one was around to hear that.
Whoa! What is... Uh-oh. Well, gotta go. But hey, we found a clipboard. Cube. Also, hello, Yiza. I'm glad you could make it. We are in the a part of the building that has building shifted down into the foundation. I don't know if you can see this because I don't know if I'm really here. I see a pen in my hand. I see myself, but it's all wrong. It's the wrong angle. It's the wrong me, and it's all green. Oh, it's the green guy again. Look out for the color green. Everything turns green when it's close. Don't let it get close. Don't let it in. If you do, no matter what, you do not speak to it. Please, I need you safe, Peggy. I don't want you to end up here too. Don't know where I've gone. Another dead letter about the green. Or was that one that we've already seen? Oh wait, no, that was one we've already seen. I did not actually... There we go, computer program. That's the one that is new. Dear House Representatives. Boop, boop, boop. Dear House of Representatives, my husband, Francis, read an article before he died about how the universe was really just a computer program. He believed it. I thought it sounded silly, but now I think he might be right. Francis was hit by a car a few months ago, a drunk driver. I don't think it was supposed to happen. My neighbor's son, Jeremy, broke one of our windows with a football a week before Francis died. Francis yelled at Jeremy for it. He was a bit harsh. This is important because I see Jeremy on his computer through their living room window. He's on it all the time. His mother says he's a computer whiz. I think Jeremy's operating the computer program, and he changed the universe so that the driver would hit Francis. How did it get back at Francis? He did it to get back at Francis for yelling at him. Is there a way to change the computer and make Francis come back? I have some money if it's expensive. I don't know how these things work. I don't care if Jeremy gets in trouble or not. I just want Francis to come home. Francis and I were very happy together. I can feel him not being here, and I know it's not right. Sincerely, Stephanie Miller. That's just really fucking sad. That's just sad. No other words for that. But yeah, Yiza, you missed the part where we interfaced with the former, and they're like, hey, here is the other power that the board was keeping from you. And Jesse was like, maybe I should not trust either of them. Lucky cat again. Well, away he goes. In here. Yes, Yiza, that did in fact happen. It was very cool. The board was briefly mad at us for doing this, but then decided to change its mind, and it was clearly suspicious from our point of view. You know, when you put it like that way, Yuza, you're right. It seems almost ridiculous. Hey, control point. Data entry and filing, which is where we came from. Evaluation hall, and Sector C lobby.
You're listening to America Overnight, a beacon in the darkest recesses of possibility for more than 29 years. We have another letter from a listener. This one's unsigned, but postmarked from Toledo. It says, "Dear America Overnight, I have the most wonderful appliance for your listeners. It is a miracle of God. A fondue set. A fountain. A blessed gift. Blessed is spelled with a capital B. Go on, they write. Dive on in. It is molten hot. Perfect for meat." No signature. As far as I know, no fondue set was sent to us here at the studio. Just this letter. Wait. I think there's something else in the envelope. Some kind of black powder with white shards in it. Bone, maybe? Karen. Who is this? Karen? On the air, Karen. Where are you? What's this powder in the booth? Is this ash? Oh God. Karen? How do I cut to commercial?
Well then. That's a lot. Kiev, supplement. Recordings of the audio phenomenon were uploaded onto the internet shortly after the event. These records circulated rapidly on popular message boards. The communications department utilized this exposure by creating sky trumpet hoax videos and posting related theories to spread confusion and draw attention away from the event's natural origin. Industrial noise, particularly the sound of metal drilling, was found to be a widely accepted explanation. Theories about the sounds emanating from the Earth itself, known as seismic hum, emerged from the public itself and were encouraged by the Bureau to generate further misdirection and eventual public disinterest. Witnesses of the event were monitored discreetly afterwards. Observed symptoms were consistent with redacted deprivation, but subsided after 12 to 15 days. The length of the symptoms directly correlated to the individual's proximity, unsheltered, to the supposed epicenter. One linked, although accidental causality can be listed. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, I kind of figured that this would be all crystals up. Shift account, part 2. Gibbs reporting in. It has been 8 days since the collapse and still no sign of any rescue efforts. Bureau is either completely unaware of our situation or are incapable of helping us. Or maybe it's intentional. How many times have we seen the Bureau not give two shits about its own hard-working staff when they go missing in this place? How many times have we let it slide thinking, oh, at least it wasn't me? Too many, I'm ashamed to admit. Anyway, there have been some developments. Strange crystals have begun growing through the walls. Seem to block some corridors, but not others. The path to the caves is always left open, but we're not sure why. Luckily, the crystals keep out the astral spike. The oldest house is treating me well, Von Aether. We are in the Foundation. I've never done the DLC before, so this is my first time seeing all of this. Luckily, the crystals keep out the astral spike. One's been hounding us for days. John, Nikolai, and Sarah went to try and find a radio, but never came back. I think the spike got them. I think it's hunting us. Doug says spikes only exist in the astral plane, so what the fuck is it doing here? If we get out of here, I'm hiring a lawyer. These are unsuitable working conditions. And yes, we are in the Foundation. I hope you enjoy. There's the button. Click.
Warning. Altered item detected in Transport Bay. Access is prohibited per safety regulation 18.A.
Okay.
So that's the altered item. Looks pretty secure. No power. Typical.
Of course.
I should hire someone who builds smaller machines.
Jesse, please. A lot of this stuff is here because it's old, girl. Where do I find the power cores? Oh, there. There we go. Cube acquired. That cube right there. Okay, let's obtain this.
entered. Have a Bureau full day.
I would be totally fine with you telling me how to do the thing, if it looks like I'm going to miss it. I'm pretty sure I know what you're talking about, so give me just a moment. Deal with these guys. Goodness. Ah, these close guys. There, problem dealt with. Give me a chance to try and find it first, folks. But yeah, okay, I think I know what to do. Thank you very much, Isa. Never know when you need a cube. Transit access. Because I have a suspicion the event you're trying to point me towards involves that altered item. Okay, how do I get to there? Because it's behind here, and I don't know how to get to behind here. I have a suspicion. I think I would have to go back here. Sure. Button, did not button. End of the transit access staircase. Okay. I thought that was progress, so I did not continue going that way. Okay. Was not sure.
Properly trained.
Personnel not properly
Yes, I
trained in
pass.
altered items.
I am very properly
restricted.
trained.
Ooh, pretty lights. The lighting is good down here.
I remember that camera. How the hell did it get out? Are they shooting movies now?
Jesse Faden, starring in Swift Platform. Sure, okay.
And step on it.
I see. Whoa, whoa, no, that was wrong. Woo! Hup! Ow! Hup! Oh, heck. Ow! I am bad at action movie. Woo!
No way am I sharing a spotlight with
Ow, rude. Restricted area. Ah, I missed. God damn it. Oh, there's hiss on there. Get it. This rules.
Thought you could lose me, huh?
Got you.
Almost had it.
Oh no, it got away. Damn you. Oop.
Too tall for this ride.
Thank you for that incredible one-liner, Jesse. Ow. Fall off your horse, you flying jerk. Hello, Samantha. I'm glad you could make it. And yes, I agree. I always love when that happens. You're my friend now. Means I have to blow you up, but now you will stop talking. Third act villain. At least it doesn't take out half my health in one go like the monster did. Got him! Third act villain destroyed. Okay, camera. Settle down. You got what you wanted.
Just happened? It felt like a dream. Or maybe a bad movie.
Well, that kicked ass. Let's look at our collectibles for that. Movie camera. Procedures. The item should be isolated from any person or event that is objectively interesting, since its effect is activated by the presence of dramatic incidents. That's wonderful. A movie camera used to make commercial feature films, internal mechanisms are unremarkable. Subjects near the item will often experience a torqued version of reality, resembling the heightened drama and action of a movie. Whether the events are localized, alternate realities, or products of hallucination is currently unknown. Additionally, the item seems to record footage from these incidents and creates VHS copies, edited in the style of short films. During their investigation, agents learned that a podcast titled Brian's Movie Den had reviewed the item-generated movie Delivery Disaster. Podcast creator Brian Hennerman was taken for questioning. The staff of Movie Night, the store Mr. Hennerman rented the film from, were also questioned to no effect. Oh, I did not mean to exit the menu. I mean, Fury Road is peak fiction. I'm sorry, that's just true. It resembles a train track enough to and the mood lighting definitely didn't help make this the awesomest. So maybe they should have considered putting like a cloth over it. It was definitely fun. You should watch Fury Road when you can, Razier. It's very good. I would highly recommend it. Oh! Stupid goddamn mushrooms. Should have saw that coming. New language. For immediate publication, I learned a brand new language. The fish taught me. You probably don't believe me, so I will prove it. I'm not reading that. See? Please publish this letter and maybe other fish speakers will get in touch. They'll be able to read my address even if you can't. Jiminy Rugg, Laurie Humbert. And yeah, I do agree that it is funny, Razier, that they thought it was a good movie. I've also recently watched, oh my god.
Welcome to another episode of Brian's Movie Den with me, the ever-lovable Brian Hinnerman. Today I want to talk about a new film I found at Movie Night. That's night with a K, the mecca for VHS aficionados in the greater Dallas area. Yeehaw! The movie is called Delivery Disaster. We open in media res. A mailman drives a truck full of packages down in an endless American neighborhood as a pack of rabid dogs chase behind. Now, these dogs are nothing like my stepmom's corgi Chuck. These were some real nightmare hellhounds. The dogs keep pace with the mail truck, tearing chunks out of the driver's legs and arms. Each package he throws out the door is marked by his bloody handprint. Screams in pain and confusion, and this goes on until the movie just abruptly ends. There aren't even any credits, which is a pretty bold choice. Is this film a commentary on how our 9-to-5 jobs are killing us, or how hostile the modern world is to outdated concepts like mailmen? Perhaps it's merely a statement about the futility of purpose and how no task can ever be really done. There are lots of ways to interpret it, but for now, let's get to the part you're all waiting for. It's score time. I give this film a 4 out of 5, only because the actor frequently broke the fourth wall by looking into the camera and shouting at it, like he was shouting at the audience. A little too on the nose for me, but I did enjoy it, and I recommend you check out other films produced by Blessed Pictures. Bike Hard and Coffee Bullet are the only others I found, but this little art house studio certainly knows how to push the boundaries of Western cinema. And a friendly reminder that there will be no new episode next week, as I will be visiting my aunt in Delaware for Thanksgiving. Thanks for listening, all you Brian fans, and remember, we all love movie magic, but don't forget about the you magic. Until next time,
Movie Den. Brian's Movie Den. Movie Den. Brian.
Oh my god. Everything about that was perfect. Also, Blessed Pictures and that one guy who sent the fondue materials to America Overnight said that his fondue set was blessed as well. I wonder what that means. Anyway, that was really funny. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, right. I saw Furiosa. It was also incredibly good. I mean, it's not even a YouTuber, Razier. It was a podcast. There was no accompanying video. That was a podscast. You can pick it up at your local podcatcher wherever you want, right next to right next to Just King Things. The guy in that kind of sounded like somebody from Just King Things as well, is the thing. That's part of what was making me laugh so much. Like, obviously, much better voiced in that, but still. Movie camera, supplement. Action Max camera. The item first came to the Bureau's attention after a hospitalized mailman from redacted Arkansas claimed his injuries had been caused by a movie camera. Further investigations connected the incident to Altered Item 80, which was being shipped in the mail truck at the time. The package camera was later found in an empty warehouse. The return address led agents to a P.O. box located in the San Fernando Valley, belonging to a company called Blessed Pictures. Whether Blessed Pictures is involved in the creation and dissemination of the item's VHS films is unknown. The following is a list of all known films believed to have been shot by Altered Item 80 UB. Shoot First, Die Last, unreleased. Coffee Bullet, Billy's First Car, Bike Hard, Delivery Disaster. Item was used in the filming of an unreleased Western in 1968 on the Italian island of Sardinia. A cast member was killed during an on-set accident stopping production. It is believed the Blessed Pictures bought the camera when equipment from the shot was sold at auction. Interesting. Man, that's a lot to think about. Shift Account, Part 3. It's clear no one was coming. Oh, we haven't actually seen the anything about the Guru surfboard. Like, that's something we haven't seen. And I don't think we got the supplement that said the jukebox was delivered by Blessed Repair and Service. That is interesting, though, Von Aether. And yes, agreed, Samantha. It's clear no one is coming. We're running out of ideas and supplies. We tried going into the caves to find anything edible, but all we found were noxious gases and endless pits. The crystals only let us go one way, even though we could see the caves branched out. We did find some weird spiky pillar. I only got a glimpse of it before the astral spikes attacked. There were a few of them this time. We lost a lot of people. There's only 6 of us left. We didn't ask for this. We didn't want you to come down here. I'm convinced something brought us here. Others say I'm going nuts, but it's clear that this was no house shift. Shifts slide a bathroom a sector over, or rotate a hallway. They don't drop full divisions into some caves. We were brought here. We know it. But for what? Why tear us away from our lives just to torture us? Is this some sort of test or mission? Then here's some advice for whoever's running it. Give out clearer instructions next time. I hope these notes are a good read for whatever ranger finds them. Fuck you. Put that in the report. And no problem, Von Aether. No problem. We haven't gotten 100% of all of the documents in the first game because some of them just kind of like slip my view. That's how it goes sometimes. But still, no problem. No problem. As long as you don't say anything from the DLC, I will be fine.
He's coming in. Boom.
Ah, heck.
The nail. Pile of smoking rubble.
Marshall blew up the nail. What the hell was she thinking?
The hiss got in. The Foundation is overrun. I was out of time and out of options. I took all the C4 I could get my hands on and strapped it to the nail. Boom. A desperate move. But it's better off in pieces than in enemy hands. Trench wouldn't be thrilled. He always said how vital the nail was. How it was the Bureau's duty to protect it. Bullshit. Those years spent in the director's chair warped his priorities. In the end, he valued order over people, the advice of invisible voices over that of old friends. He lost sight of who he was. The board made sure of that. But I did my duty. The hiss can't corrupt a pile of smoking rubble. My last act as head of operations. I'm done. At least I could take those bastards down with me.
Well, damn. Now we know what Marshall did. And why Marshall's gone. here we are at what I think is the last one of these. Well, I mean,
Right.
she
This is
broke
the
the
last
nail.
one.
She didn't cause this. The hiss being here are just kind of here. Although, yeah, actually, now that breaking the nail probably is causing the bleed. That's true. That's not good.
I can't believe Marshall's brilliant plan was to blow up the nail. And she thought I wasn't ready.
Orb fixed. Interesting that the board's not saying anything. That's concerning.
There. Easy as pie. Fuck! But that's the last one.
Uh-oh.
I fixed it, didn't I?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ow, what is... Oh, dear. Oh, there's a thing right there.
Shit. Oh, thank God. What the hell was all that?
Well, that's not
Things should
good.
be better now, not worse. Emily will know. I hope.
Well, if the nail is fixed, that means the hiss can probably corrupt it, like Marshall's ghost was saying. Hey, look. The nail again. And the tree broken off of it? Or is that just like an arrow pointing in that direction? Either way, that's concerning. Also, that wasn't there the first time we were here, I am realizing. Also, hey! Nail's back to normal.
Jesse, we need to talk.
Yeah, I kinda figured.
What did you do? What is causing these tremors?
I thought you could tell me. I completed the 4 rituals just like the board told me to. The astral bleed should have stopped.
It has stopped. The nail is repaired. But we have a new problem. My analysis of the nail indicates that it is literally a piece of the astral plane. Or possibly a vessel containing the astral plane. Or both. Either way, right now both dimensions are vibrating at completely incompatible frequencies. The spatial friction they are generating is incalculable. It's going to destroy both planes.
I messed this all up. Maybe Marshall was right to destroy the nail. I should have left it in pieces.
Well, then the astral plane would still be leaking in. Sometimes there's no right answer, Jesse. We need more information.
No. I need to fix this now. I'll figure something out.
No, we should really make a plan. The tremors are originating from directly below us, but we don't know what...
Perfect. I'll head down and take care of whatever's going on. Just do what you can from here.
Jesse, you can't just...
I have to, Emily. I'm the director. This is on me.
Well, that's concerning. See, this is why I don't fuck with triangles.
I hope I know what I'm doing. That was just the top of the nail? How much deeper does the foundation go?
Entry day plus 118. I have changed, though it's hard to know how or why. I no longer need tools to detect the house's veins, to hear it breathe. I can feel its blood churning beneath my bare feet. I have added my own illustrations to the walls, trying to solve some mystery that the oldest house whispers to me. I have to avoid the it as I do so. They haunt me. I don't blame them. They're just following the pillar's orders. Even poor Adam doesn't seem to recognize me anymore. I've spent a long time contemplating the etchings of the tree and its roots. Did you know this city used to be a forest? I wonder if our oldest house wore a different face back then. Or if it was always here. A 21st century office building since time immemorial. Can a place know the future? Can it change its skin? Can it wander? I always thought the esoteric world was my father's, not mine. But here, in this sacred place, I finally understand his devotion and his awe.
Well, I think we know what happened with Ash. He, may have gone... Ugh. May have gone a little spooky.
The crystals are growing crazy here. It's almost like they're trying to stop me.
Now, why would you want to stop me?
Astral spike. HRA was damaged. The board said it.
When Marshall blew up the nail, the board attacked her. I don't fucking like it.
Yeah, I don't like it either, Jesse. That seems bad. The board. If you hadn't said anything, I would almost believe it was possible for the astral copies to be like misbehaving because of the bleed. But not when you do that.
I tried to get out after the detonation, but the astral spike came out of nowhere. I escaped, but my HRA was damaged. bet a year's salary the board said it. We never did see eye to eye. They have too much control over Trench, the Bureau, the House. They make themselves part of every important process. Nothing a little C4 can't fix. 2 birds, 1 bomb. Christ, what a mess. But I stopped the hiss. I did it. If Faden did her part, then the Bureau's safe. Until the next thing. Jessie has good reason to hate the Bureau. But that could be what we need right now. She won't follow the same path. Won't fall into the same traps. She'll lead her way. So, Director Faden, here's my last lesson. You can't save everybody.
Thank you, Lieutenant Marshall. Is it Lieutenant? Captain? Major? I don't really know. Either way, thanks. Ow! I think that works. Feel like you maybe didn't have to do all this? Yeah, we have failed to save so many people. That is true, Yuta. Well, one last control point.
Nobody else hears the house. Their ears are too full of lies. We were shown the way inside so we could help. But all we've done is fall victim to the same parasite. I should have seen the web earlier. The strands between Northmore, the pillar, the gun, the inn. What hope do we have? Thrown into this conflict beyond our comprehension. I've decided to rejoin the Bureau in the upper levels to end my long absence spent in the Foundation. Northmore will be angry at me for disobeying him. That's just his way. But I don't care. I need to remain in the oldest house to help however I can. I doubt I can steer the Bureau back on the right course, but I have to try. How did I go so long without a purpose? Without devotion? I can hardly remember how it felt. I realize how grateful I am to Father for setting me on this path. I wish I could tell him that.
Fascinating.
This is Director Faden. Send a ranger to my position.
Let's do this!
Okay, deployed ranger. Let's, you got an HRA on, right? Soldier, turn around. I need to see if you have an HRA on. I trust that he has an HRA. Guess we found somebody. Ah, it's Marshall. She got hissed.
Marshall? You're alive.
Soon you will no longer recognize us, or yourself, or him, or her, or them. Family is dead. The walls are broken, but yellow and red in the eye.
God damn it.
Inverted is made right. Evil is
Fuckers take everything. I am not letting you take this.
Stand still. We've always been the new you. You want this to be true.
Oh, there's. Oh god, I am being swarmed. Ow, I died. Did not realize more were coming from that direction. Oh no!
Director Faden here. I need a ranger.
Did that? That did not pop. I have to fix that. Here's some fun trivia of my novels that I write. I'm getting back into finishing Mist and Fire, so you can expect updates for that soon. I don't know if that counts as trivia, but it is true. That's not what that is, Yiza. Funny, but no. Ow. If she's going to bring in reinforcements, I am also going to do that.
Let's do this.
My reinforcements are just also hers. Oh, I accidentally spiked my guy. Uh-oh. Robot. Robot destroyed. What if I take control of this sniper man? That'll definitely help. And hey, the astral constructs are helping. Ow, rude. some of the pressure off, please.
Sorry, I wasn't here to help, Marshall.
Okay.
The nail is corrupted. That explains why the board wasn't answering what's causing the quakes. Marshall came down here to stop this. I should have known her. I could have saved her, but I can still save everyone else.
Where is Marshall? Where did she go? I want to see if I got any pickups from that. Yeah, not the greatest boss in the world. I disagree on that, Yiza. I think that was a good amount of HP. I think that was fine. Okay, let's purify the nail.
Well, fuck you too.
Oh, I'll be sure to.
Let's play it smart. They don't need to know I'm onto them. Not yet, anyway.
Well, yeah, her corpse is all I'm going to find, but I wanted to see if she had any, like, pickups for me. Also, I really appreciate Jesse being like, yeah, fuck you too, buddy. She is not going to repeat the mistakes of the past, I'm thinking. I mean, can they? They don't have a ticket into my brain. Okay, there is nothing here. This is just the boss room. God dang it, Yuza. Hey, so how do I get out of here? I'm kind of stuck. Unless I can climb out through the nail? Okay, thank you, Von Aether. I appreciate it. Ah, I see. The blinding white light was enough that I didn't notice this upper path. Hey, it's the former! In the physical world. That's bad.
The nail is secure. The hiss can't touch it. I can't undo the astral bleeding in the Foundation, but at least it stopped.
Along with the seismic activity. You did it, Jesse. Did you ever find Marshall?
I did. She's gone. She died thinking she'd save the Bureau. Not a bad way to go. I wasn't ready for this crisis. I didn't even see it coming. But I promise I'll be ready for the next one. I mean, what good is a director who can't hold her Bureau together?
The Foundation. Damn. That was a creepy ending. Really good, though.
I thought I know how to handle things, now that I'm the director. Clearly, it's not that simple. I need to choose a direction for the Bureau. It should be one that serves our goals, not the board's. Whatever those are. I need to lead my way.
Okay. Good for you, Jesse. You figured it out. Let's talk with Pope.
Jesse, you're back. So did you find anything noteworthy? The original Bureau expedition down here left so much interesting stuff behind.
Like their ID cards. I picked up a weird one. It's pretty old.
Oh wow, look at that. Yeah, I found a few ID cards myself. Or, more accurately, the Rangers found them for me.
Are you starting a collection?
I'm going for the whole set. I kid, of course. But I suppose they are sort of like baseball cards, except for Bureau stuff from the 60s. Hey, the one you found is different than mine. It looks like it's a higher clearance level.
A rare one, then. Want to keep it, Emily?
Yeah, I absolutely do. But I think you should hang on to it for now. High clearance access might come in handy.
Sounds like you have something in mind.
Guilty. See, I've been going through Dr. Ash's notes, or the ones I can find, anyway. Like Darling, he seemed to enjoy hiding his most relevant research. From what I gather, there is another floor beneath the warehouse with a special lab that requires 5 high-level staff members just to access. Here, take this. It's an old skeleton key. Something else the Rangers found. I give them $5 for every useful trinket they bring me.
I'm gonna assume this key is my ticket to that lower floor. And that super secret lab you mentioned.
Bingo bango, as Dr. Darling used to say. But keep your eyes peeled for more ID cards around the warehouse. If Ash's notes are reliable, and I'm sure they are, then 5 is the magic number.
I'm not sure, Yiza. I feel like the fact that these are old buildings, like old security rooms, is part of that.
Now that this nail business is handled, I should probably be getting back to executive. But maybe I'll keep poking around. Just for a little bit.
Possibly, Samantha.
Has the nail been doing anything since we restored it?
Define anything.
Anything unusual?
Define unusual.
Emily.
Sorry, but the answer is a whopping yes. Now that it's whole, the nail is emitting a constant field of, well, think of it like low-level radiation. It seems to suppress any biological matter it encounters. This explains why nothing grows here and why the Bureau had to abandon the area. Prolonged exposure would certainly begin affecting neural processes.
Wait. Was the field created when I cleansed the nail?
I considered that, but the nail's readings are quite different from the ones I recorded at the cleanse control points. I think the nail's field is purely of its own making. In fact, I think it would passively prevent any his corruption, like the HRAs do. Which makes me wonder what actually occurred when you cleansed the nail.
I've been wondering about that myself.
Did the board let the hiss corrupt the nail? Do they want me to cleanse it? If so, why?
Interesting. What does it all mean? And why is the former out? Well, I mean, you know why he's out. There was a bleed. Why is he out, though?
What do you know about Director Northmore?
Well, he was Director Trench's predecessor, and Northmore's famous for being the first board-appointed director. See, before we found the oldest house, directors were picked by committees of old men in suits, drinking cognac and smoking cigars or whatever. You know, standard, uninteresting methods.
I think the word you're looking for is bureaucratic.
Or antiquated. Regardless, Northmore was eventually forced to... well, We don't need to go into that. Strangely, the only two board-appointed directors left the position under unusual circumstances. If the board appoints a director, then how do they retire them? I doubt they go out and buy you a gold watch. Sorry, Jesse, I didn't mean to imply that...
Don't worry. If anyone's getting shown the door, it's them. What do you know about an entity named Former?
I can't say I've heard of it. You got any details for me?
Well, imagine a one-eyed bug thing. I think it was a part of the board, but then something happened and now it's separate.
Interesting. See, I always wondered if the board was some sort of entity or group or conglomerate of linked consciousnesses, but this supports the group theory. Although I could have undergone some sort of corporeal exile. Too many unknowns to form a working hypothesis yet, but I can prioritize this matter in future astral dives if you think it's important.
Fortune favors the prepared. Do it.
It's gonna be difficult, because the Former is no longer in the building.
I'm gonna keep looking
Rather,
around.
he is.
I wish I could go with you, but I still need 30 hours of training before I can do field work.
We'll work on that.
Somewhere in this mess, the Former is. And that's just wild to think about. Okay, so while we have the time, let's use that skeleton key. Because I want to see what's in that secret lab. So to the warehouse we go. Also, yeah, Razir, it is, so Northmore retired by being turned into the NSC, which, not great. And we know how Trench retired. He was kind of forced to when he died because of the hiss. That raises some questions. Also, ow, I died. These do feel like questions that we may learn the answer to one day. Maybe when I have a better computer. Thank you for not spawning a bunch of enemies on top of my head again.
This ID card was for an excavation engineer. Why did so many people abandon their cards down here?
Ah. Well. This is got mining equipment around it, so that. This has map tools. So this is the cartographer. This has guns. Old guns. Look at that. That is a top barrel. Cigarettes also. Blah. So this is security chief. Head of research. And then over here,
from the layer of dust on this place, nobody's swept here in years. Not even Ati. No way he'd stand for this.
Okay,
There's an elevator, which I'm sure is super safe, and a space in each terminal for an ID card. Which card goes where?
Of course physicist goes here. They have the Newton's Cradle. Every physicist must have a Newton's Cradle on their desk. That's the rule.
It worked. Now I just have to get on a rickety elevator that goes who knows how far down.
Hooray! I love rickety elevators that go who knows how far down.
Dust. Still, this lab's way tinier than any of Darling's.
Jesse, are you sure you should be rotating that? Don't want to ruin all the stuff down here.
Why would they need such a heavy door down here?
Yeah. Oh no! Gibbs! Oh god, why is she a bird with a laser beam? Why is there a boss version of my worst enemy? Would that we could all become a bird with a laser beam? Thank you, Samantha. Oh, goodness. Can't believe this game has a Dark Souls run back. Yep, I do know that. I remember reading her things, which is why I was like, oh no, Gibbs! Okay, maximum aggression worked. Rest in peace, Gibbs. I thought you were a cool NPC.
This looks like the nail, only mini.
Tiny nail.
A document. Is this in some kind of code? Can't read a word of it. I should take this back to Emily and tell her I got into Ash's secret lab.
Northmore. Final warning. To Dr. Theodore Ash, Jr., as Director of the Federal Bureau of Control and chosen representative / liaison / benefactor of the great authority of the board, I demand your immediate withdrawal from the Foundation. Prior memos issued broadly to Foundation staff called for swift reassignment of all personnel to the upper levels of the House. All staff complied except you. This demonstrates a lack of respect for my office and the board itself. This is their house, and we are their guests. We should conduct ourselves accordingly. Normally, such insubordination would be grounds for dismissal, but out of respect for your late father, consider this instead a final warning. The board and Director Ash chose me as successor to the office, and no amount of petulance will change that. Indeed, your actions seem to suggest you know better than myself, and by extension better than the board. Permit me to assure you that this is not possible. Sincerely, Director Broderick Northmore. Man, I am glad that we put you in the oven. Put you in the reactor, rather. Like Trench was serious, but like he kind of knew what he was doing. But you, buddy, Northmore feels like he really drank the Kool-Aid, you know.
I found Ash's secret lab.
Excellent. Please tell me everything. Spare no details.
Well, there was another cave. The walls were covered in paintings of eyeballs. The research seemed dedicated to studying a kinda smaller version of the nail.
I did not notice the eyes.
It looked like the same material as the one up here, but just a different shape.
Well, are you sure you didn't see any functioning prototypes? Or at least some schematics? I mean, Dr. Ash was a very accomplished engineer.
None. Sorry. I did find this handwritten note.
Wow. Ash had terrible handwriting. Never meet your heroes, right? It looks like a transcribed conversation between Ash and someone named F. Ooh. Oh, this is juicy.
F, huh?
This'll take me days to parse out. Maybe weeks.
Have you ever thought about taking a vacation, Emily?
Are you kidding? This is my vacation, Jesse.
Okay. So Ash was working with the former.
Don't be a stranger.
Interesting.
If you're not gonna listen to me, then you better go figure out how to stop this. There's no telling what could happen if the vibrations escalate.
I'm gonna keep looking around.
I wish I could go with you, but I still need 30 hours of training before I can do field work.
She got a little confused.
We'll work on that.
She wasn't supposed to say that. Okay, Ash worked with the former to establish their own miniature nail. Interesting. No, I don't think the F is Faden. This was in the 60s, Isa. We weren't born yet. I think the F is former. That does make sense, Von Ether, and he's a. I know there's not just one person with that name, but this is from the '60s, before and yes, theoretically, Faden's parents could be involved. Sure, I think it's more likely it is the former. Call me crazy, but that seems a little more reasonable. Oh, departure. A new thing. Hey, the board, I don't appreciate you calling me by my brother's name. Among other things in that message. Consider that a warning.
We don't know what's out there, so please try to be careful.
Oh yeah, but with that said though, what we have next is a dark place.
You got this, Director.
Investigate the sector elevator. We'll start this, but we won't be able to really go into this yet, but we'll start it. Because it is time to begin the other DLC. And yeah, I imagine there is Von Ether, given that I think one of the things Dylan said was that like he sees a world where he's the director, like the opposite direction. Sector elevator.
Darkness engulfed the elevator. There was something there, reaching for her, trying to make her act. It was a distress call. Faden sensed a drowning man, a hunger in the dark. Investigation sector.
Investigation sector, huh?
That is true, Von Ether.
We should check this out.
Although I'm not sure Jesse and Dylan are unisex names. No, like obviously any name can be if you want, but like it does not feel that way to me necessarily. Maybe. Either way, it is interesting. Something in one of the slidescapes split Jesse Dillon into two siblings. That's an interesting theory, Von Ether. Also, yeah, Wake.
Darkness engulfed the elevator. There was something there. A presence. Jesse Faden could hear it. A call. It was faint, reaching for her from a dark place. Faden was sensitive to visitations. She had them all the time. From her guiding star and the previous director. She was the perfect receiver. As if she'd been made for this. Faden paused to feel it. The force at play here. It was changing things around her, subtle, trying to make her act. Faden didn't like that. Her guide felt it too. Polaris didn't flare up in defense as with the hiss, so it wasn't all bad. Not a hostile transmission. It was powerful, but it was coming from far away, and made weak because of the distance. It was a distress call. Faden sensed a drowning man, a man desperate to escape. She sensed something else too, a hunger in the dark, not unlike the hostile resonance, waiting. She knew that desperate acts can have grim consequences. It was this, more than the man's despair, that made her follow the call. The elevator lights went back on. The darkness receded like a memory. There was a new button on the elevator control panel. Investigation sector. Faden pressed the button. The elevator doors slid shut with practiced bravado.
I'm sorry. I just think that was really cool. Actually, I'm a sucker for writing like Wakes. Hey, investigation sector. Let's go up to the first like control point. Cause I've been wanting to play this DLC for like forever. I'm a huge fan of Alan Wake, and I just never got around to playing this. The doors are opening slowly. Ka-chunk. As a fan of Alan Wake, I am very excited.
Hello? Anyone here?
Guess not.
Missing agents. Mr. Kirkland, here are latest agents confirmed missing, presumed dead, from containment breach yesterday. Agent Jonathan Connor, researcher Ezra Cruz, Agent Carolina Dempsey, Agent Lindsay Malcolm, Agent Charles Murray, Agent Derek Shaw. Letters of condolences will be delivered to you to sign prior to sending them to their families. You'll be updated as soon as additional confirmations are made. As per your request, a network engineer checked how many cases were backed up digitally. Unfortunately, a large number of active investigations were not archived yet, and the only hard copies of reports exist behind the firebreak. They're lost, I'm afraid. Well, dang.
Seems a lot more crowded than the rest of the Bureau.
Keystone inspection. Mr. Kirkland, we stopped at Keystone on our way to the target AWE, like you asked. I'm sending my report directly to you to try and keep a lid on this Grumman Morales desertion issue. We didn't find any sign of him here Given their records, it is possible they've switched teams, like you suspected, but I don't think that's the case. An event definitely occurred here in Keystone, and I think Grumman and Morales got caught up in it. The entire population has vanished into thin air. Reminds me of the Ordinary case, but that was just the adults, if I'm remembering the files correctly. This is different. I think our guys are casualties, not traitors. If it was an AWE, it seems to be over. We walked through the whole town, and the only strange thing we noticed were markings on various buildings. 2 overlapping circles with a dot in the shared space. Could be unrelated. Show you the pictures when I get back. In the meantime, you should send a team out here to coordinate this place off, and maybe get the comms guy working on a cover story. Sincerely, Agent Keenum. And yeah, I guess so. Tractor procedures. Wait, a tractor? A Frank Elk tractor, olive green, dried blood on the grill when last seen. Item is capable of vocalized responses or growls and unmanned locomotion, considered highly aggressive and dangerous. The item first came to the Bureau's attention after the death of William Burrow, owner of Burrow Farms outside of Trenton, Texas. Local authorities arrived on scene after an employee found the mutilated body of Mr. Burrows beneath his tractor. Police arrived but were immediately driven away by the tractor. Panic calls to federal authorities were intercepted by the Bureau communications staff. A team was dispatched. Upon arrival, the agents approached the item. It responded by growling like a bear. 3 agents were injured when they tried to detain the item, which escaped. Aerial searches for the items are ongoing. Speaking to Mr. Bureau's only revealed he had a domestic altercation with Mr. Bureau earlier the night of the incident. Whether these events are connected is currently unknown. Interesting. Living tractor. There is like an immediate, much more pickups here. Ethics investigation. Uh-oh. By order of William Kirkland. The Prime Candidate Program. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, Internal Investigations P1429 was launched into the legality of the Prime Candidate Program, redacted by the Federal Bureau of Control. As all known subjects relevant to the investigation used executive privilege to decline interviews, very little first-hand information was gathered. However, anonymous sources and documentation declassified by Mr. Kirkland both paint an alarmingly clear picture of systematic redacted and redacted. Redacted were brought into the oldest house and placed under redacted examination and testing with the aim of appointing one as a director upon maturity. This program has produced no successful cases and only resulted in the traumatic redacted to pair a naturally inclined redacted. Not only is this a breach of the Ash Act, but it flies in the face of basic human rights and dignity. This investigation team unequivocally redacted the Prime Candidate Program and recommends it to be redacted immediately. Okay, so I am glad that there is an organization within the Bureau that was like, hey, stop torturing these fucking kids! What are you doing? You idiots! Dumb of ass! Stop it! We will be keeping that in mind. If anybody here survived, we will be giving them, like, a pay raise. Darling investigation. By order of William Kirkland. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, internal investigation was launched into the ethical practices of Dr. Casper Darling, head of research. Despite the accounts of anonymous redacted regarding inhumane treatment of a redacted currently housed in the Bureau, our official findings regarding this were inconclusive. Numerous obstacles arose during the investigation. The majority of redacted sector personnel seemed to be wholly unaware of any such redacted contained there. One redacted confirmed the redacted's code name to be redacted, but all files pertaining to that name were inaccessible, being classified under the highest clearance level. Investigators were similarly blocked from entering the redacted research wing to interview its staff. The matter was further complicated by the lack of clarity on whether non-human paranatural entities warrant humane treatment. While this investigation cannot address any charges against Dr. Darling, we do recommend investigations into redacted research. We will probably have to rebuild the ethics department. You are correct, Razir. But also, oh my god. I do appreciate the fact that we have, over the course of playing this game, talked about how the board, the Bureau really fucked everything up in the whole Dylan situation. And I'm glad that they're addressing that. Yes, they did. It was bad. Casey inquiry. Denise from D. Gleason. Possible lead on the Wakelet case. Mr. Denise, a request came through recently from the FBI agent asking for all of our files on Bright Falls, specifically on the disappearance of the author Alan Wake. Per the Interagency Information Exchange Agreement, I had some paper pushers gather up a folder of all the pre-approved files. Don't worry, all the inappropriate material is either missing or redacted. But I'm writing to let you know that we received this request from a special agent named Alex Casey. Sounds familiar, right? That's because Alex Casey is the name of the fictional detective in those hard-boiled crime books Alan Wake wrote. What? Pretty interesting that an FBI agent sharing a name with the most famous character Wake wrote is looking through the case dealing with the writer's fiction coming true. I think this is worth looking into. What's your opinion? Just give the word, I'll start surveillance on this guy. Was one of Alan Wake's plans to get out of the fucking darkness to summon up the Max Payne to save him? Wake, no! I've seen Recreators. I know this won't go well for you when he realizes who you are. Staffing issue. Dr. Denise. So yes, there's an increase in AWE cases, and yes, it would be a good idea to put together a special task force to examine exactly why that is. However, it seems that a tiny little detail has slipped through the cracks. We don't have the damn staff. Expect us to detect, investigate, and process more AWE cases. You need to give us more people. It's simple math. Between the staff we lost in the Hartman thing, and the ones who left for other departments after Kirkland quit, we're barely managing to keep up the workload. Hell, just filing the paperwork for all the altered items we left behind in the sector has been an ordeal. Another thing, and this is going to sound paradoxical, but we have an overcrowding situation. The lobby isn't meant to accommodate a whole sector's worth of staff. We put forward a motion to move investigations to a more suitable location months ago. Better not still be sitting on your desk. The people are getting restless, and as Kirkland's interim replacement, it's your job to handle it. Best regards, Agent Grayson. Also, Hartman. That's a name that we should recognize if you've been following my streams. How is there more things to read? Alan Wake, stop writing. Cauldron Lake update. The chief investigator, Denise. Happened again. Third time this year. Something certainly has it out for our redacted. Could be raccoons. The locals certainly complain about them enough, but why the hell would raccoons keep going after a monitoring station? Doesn't add up. Anyway, I've got a bureau tech going to the site next week to take a look. Next on the list of recurring problems is the staff at the Lake House Research Station. How am I supposed to effectively keep an eye on Redacted Lake if they won't let me see any data? Hell, I don't even know what they're researching out there. I need to petition them again to share their info with investigation agents. It's only a matter of time before this redacted hits again, and I want to be prepared. Anyway, if anyone at HQ asks why the Bright Falls report is a little thin this month, no, it's because we couldn't take any readings. In the meantime, I might invest in some raccoon traps. Sincerely, Agent Estevez. How is there more things to pick up? Holy shit. Underhill, background. Oh, this is about, the Mushroom Lady. Dr. Rhea Underhill is a professor at the University of Woodrow in the United Kingdom, where she teaches biology with a focus on botany. Dr. Underhill once worked at the Bureau as a parabotanist stationed in the research sector of the oldest house. She served with no incidents or demerits and is praised by those who formerly worked with her, including Dr. Darling. Dr. Underhill has no known connection to paracriminal organizations or any record of breaching her NDAs since leaving the Bureau. Civilian behavior has been ideal, with the exception of an ongoing personal relationship with Dr. Darling that appears to have begun during their time as co-workers in the research sector, and revisited intermittently ever since. Depending on the duration of her work in the oldest house, it may be required to have both parties sign a relationship clearance form. This investigation has found no compelling reason to deny Dr. Darling's request to offer Underhill an interim position with the aim of finding a solution to the mold threshold issue. Also, yeah, of course there's paracriminal organizations. Of course, with all of this stuff out there in the wild, there is absolutely a criminal, like a gang of thieves that happens to have an altered item that lets them, like, shoot lasers from their eyes or something. They only break supernatural laws, correct, Samantha? How do I already have full of these? Launch speed boost. That doesn't seem useful. Launch is fast enough. Hey! Space helmet. Certificate of recognition. Trench. Official warning. Federal Bureau of Control. Kirkland. I'm growing tired of your blatant attempts to lay your incompetence at my doorstep. I know you want this to be true, but you are head of investigations. This failure is your responsibility. What did you think would happen holding a dangerous specimen in investigations? The containment sector exists for a reason. They are better trained and better equipped for this type of work. In fact, they have admirably taken on certain AWE monitoring responsibilities that your staff are no longer capable of. This happens more and more now. And don't think your petty internal investigations have gone past my notice. You are a worm! Everything I've done has been for the benefit of the Bureau. The Prime Candidate program only failed because of Darling. You are both failures plotting against me. You are traitors, but the truth will emerge out of you. You're choosing to become my enemy, Kirkland. You don't want to be. Okay, so, as like a minor reminder, Trench did have the hiss in his brain during this. So he wasn't always a fucko like this. But still. That's concerning. Director Investigation. By order of William Kirkland. Redacted. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, Redacted was launched into the Redacted of Director Zachariah Trench. A recent change in Redacted witnessed in Director Trench, including aggressive Redacted when redacted with other staff, has been observed. However, this investigation is aimed at interpreting this issue rather than proving it. Notably, Redacted between Dr. Trench and Dr. Darling have been witnessed by numerous Bureau staff. Although both declined to meet for an interview on the matter, witness accounts suggest their arguments center around the Dimensional Research Wing and the Redacted kept inside. However, no evidence exists to confirm Director Trench is redacted as anything more than interpersonal disagreements. The investigation has concluded that Dr. Trench's behavior is not indicative of any redacted and that his fitness to lead is not in question. Sadly, that was wrong. And everybody got redacted because of it. Tractor, supplement. Note, miscommunication led to a local coroner examining the body of William Burrow. Burrow, William, male, Caucasian, 33-year-old man found dead on his property per police report. Remains obtained by the coroner's office also include blood, urine, bile, stomach contents, and bone fragments. Autopsy finding, blunt force injuries, head, lacerations on left cheek and ear, blunt force injuries, extremities, dislocation of right knee, complete avulsion of the right upper extremity with associated fracture of the proximal right humerus. Jesus Christ. Extensive trauma, abdominal region. Complete avulsion of multiple organs, including stomach, heart, liver, pancreas, kidneys, and portions of the large and small intestines, all missing from the scene. It is my opinion that Mr. Burroughs' death is not the result of a mechanical accident, but as claimed by authorities, removal of organs is consistent with animal attack. The tractor ate him. The tractor was possessed by a bear and it destroyed him. Resignation letter. To whom it may concern, it is with great anger and regret that I tender my resignation as head of investigations for the Federal Bureau of Control. I do this in protest of the rampant disregard for my department's redacted. My staff cannot continue to work in these conditions. Previous requests and warnings have fallen on deaf ears, but I must now rely on my actions to speak louder than my words ever could. I blame this situation on our redacted, who has routinely ignored my requests for assistance in reclaiming the parts of investigation sector lost to the redacted loose inside. I will never forget the screams of brave agents begging for us to open that firebreak. I will carry that shame for the rest of my days. The redacted has failed his agents. I shall never forgive him for that. Sincerely, William Kirkland. Hot damn.
It's not working. Probably a loose power core somewhere.
Ouch. Jesse, please, just go into here. Heck. I also hope he got out alive.
There. Now that gate should open. I am no detective, but something definitely happened here.
Blessed organization. This group/individual has operated outside of the Bureau's notice for decades, perhaps longer, displaying a level of skill and caution rarely seen in paracriminal groups. A review of past cases has found various mentions of their activity over the years. In 2016, a production company called Blessed Pictures was connected to an altered item case, as well as the death of an agent from exposure to illicit paranatural materials. In 1994, a Los Angeles-based publisher speaker named Chester Bless was involved in the illegal use of an altered item. In 1988, a business called Blessed Repair and Service was suspected of involvement with an object of power case, perhaps even creating it. None of these businesses or individuals have ever been located, however their connection to appearances of altered items and objects of power is too direct to be considered circumstantial. An arrest order has been issued for any persons believed to be involved with the Blessed organization. This is fucking rad! I want to know what this means. Holy shit. There's a control point right here. I have to stop playing now. Oh, and next Thursday I will be traveling, so I can't... I'm thinking either Alan Wake 2 or Control 2, because I haven't played Alan Wake 2 yet either. I have to stop playing. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. Also, next Thursday will not be a stream because I will be in the process of traveling to the States, the United States of America, because I am going to go visit my girlfriend. And during that time period, I will have been up for like 25 million hours waiting for my airplane and then riding my airplane. So thank you all very much for watching. I don't actually know when we will resume Control, because the plan was on next Sunday to do a special stream of me, QWERTY, and Celeste. But we will see. We will see. And yeah, I get nervous too, Von Aether, don't worry. Yeah, before we go, I am going to raid you all over to somebody who is currently streaming that I can raid you all over to. Hold on. An associate of mine, Fornea, is playing some kind of videos game with her friend Nick of Time, who does a cool manga podcast. So I'm gonna send you all over to them. And again, thank you very much for watching. I quite appreciate it. Take care, everybody.